we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show where we talk about sports with comedians. So let's get him in here. My man Howie Bell's in the building. Howie, what's happening, bro? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. I was on mute. What's happening, Frank? How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
Good. Let's get ready to make this pop. My man D Jones in the building too. D, what's happening?
It is cold.
Is
It's freezing outside.
Looks like you all are getting that cold air that's supposed to hit us before us. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So, yeah.
I'm bundled today, though. Let's get it.
Let's do it. My man Jason Hayes, filmmaker Jason Hayes in the building too. Jay, how you doing, sir?
Hey, what up, fellas? Hey, listen, I don't know what Frank talking about supposed to hit us, man. Hell, it's already here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure. Let me get there. Then. So we got a great show that we got to talk about, man. We got to get ready to get this thing popping. Let's see. All right, let me get everybody ready to rock and roll. Howie Bell, you up first, man. We got something to talk about. Let's do this, man. We got a great weekend in store, and the first thing is we got to talk about Phillip Rivers is interviewing Bill's head coach job.
Oh, God.
Howie, I don't know about you. I saw this news flash, and when I saw this, the first person I thought of was Jason, because what I saw with Jason and what he said the other day, I was like, okay, this makes the most sense. Jay said something really crazy, but it made sense. Before we get to Jay, Howie, tell me what your thoughts are on Phillip Rivers interviewing for the Buffalo Bills head coaching job.
Man, ain't nobody else qualified to do this other than Phillip Rivers. That was my first thought. But then nobody really wants the job.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's that. So I don't know, man. Old man Rivers seems like he got a little winning streak going on right now, though.
Mm-hmm.
If he, lands this job, it'd be good for him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think nobody really wants to work over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think they got a bad environment. So, if I had to, say anything, I would be like, this is probably perfect timing for old man Rivers.
Woo. Okay. That's one take. D Jones, give me your take.
It's like they refuse to hire a black coach. So let's go interview Phillip Rivers.
With no coaching experience.
High school, but they might as well go interview Coach Klein from the Waterboy and see what he got. This crazy. Don't bring Bobby Boucher in, Coach Klein, or Al Pacino from Any Given Sunday, because this wild right there. That's wild.
You know what I think the problem is, Jay? This is the problem I have. You have a quarterback who just won the MVP. He don't got no good OC. He ain't got no good wide receivers, but you want to give him a QB. I mean, you want to give him a head coach with no head coaching experience. And then after the week that you've had with the ownership, Jay, I'm teeing you up, man. I'm getting ready to throw you. I just threw you an alley-oop, bro. Handle that.
Okay, first looking at D Jones, man, I want an Eskimo peppermint patty. Like, for real, I really do. But they go by, the Buffalo Bills, but need to change that from Buffalo to Bizarro.
Mm-hmm.
Because this shit is upside down, bro. Because think about this. He not only fired a coach who had him in the playoffs every year, going deep into the playoffs for like 7 years straight. Now, listen, I can't kill him for saying, okay, I think this dude took us as far as we can go. I can understand that. But to trash that dude in front of the media and trash a player that's currently on your roster still that you're going to need moving forward,
mm-hmm.
and then to elevate the dude who was in charge of bringing in the talent and didn't have, and the talent was lacking. You fired a coach that coached the lack of talent, and you keep the dude that didn't really do his job. So, like I told you guys the other day, no serious person wants to go be a part of that.
Yeah.
No coach with options is going to choose to go be a part of that.
That's what I'm saying.
Buffalo is in the middle of no goddamn way. It's cold as hell. The livest thing about Buffalo is Toronto. And that's 2 hours away. Who would go do that? You know what I'm saying? If they got an option to be any place else.
Yep. And
well, I correct you on this. They do have Niagara Falls.
Hey, after 15 minutes, how you done seen it? I'm telling you. I've been there twice. I've been there twice. After
I don't
15
know
minutes,
what
okay,
the
I
big
get
deal
it.
is. Okay, I don't even know what the big deal. Okay, you see a big, huge waterfall. That's good. That's good.
Oh, no. Listen, I'll say this. It's amazing. Like, that was my feeling. It was a waterfall. And you get there like, oh, I get it, man.
It's
incredible.
It's only so many times the coach is going to look at that and say it's amazing.
One day, Howie. It's one day.
All right, let's talk about the next thing, man. Howie, I'm bringing you up in. I don't know if you all heard this. This happened. News happened right while we were on the air 2 days ago, I think it was. Indianapolis Colts, no, it was yesterday, now acknowledged the existence of an FBI investigation into the death of former owner Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, and the potential involvement of a California doctor who reportedly prescribed him pain pills and ketamine. So that's an issue that the FBI seems like they're moving forward with when it comes to Jim Irsay, because at the end of the day, the FBI is alleging a wrongful death. You know what I mean? On the owner because of the pills. Howie, shocking. What's your thought process when you hear about the FBI being involved, not the local police?
Did the same thing happen with Michael Jackson, doctor, or something like that?
Yep.
Same type of situation. Wasn't Prince prescribed some drugs or something? He had an OD on that airplane. This has been going on for a long time. They've been prescribing painkillers and addictive drugs, man, to dope fiends for a long time. And dope fiends ain't just the ones I stand outside the liquor store with a hat on back. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's dope fiends come in suits and all that kind of stuff, man. And actually, prescription drugs might be the biggest. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to, being addicted to and all that stuff. So I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised at all. But they got to bring up the wrongful death suits about everybody else.
Yeah, might be.
Ain't that the truth?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. D. Jones, what's your take on this, bro? How are you looking at this with the FBI being involved in the death of a NFL owner?
Wasn't Irsay involved in some wild stuff before?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see something wild happening. He got arrested for like being intoxicated, and he did a lot of stuff while he was here, man. So I mean, dude, I don't want to sound insensitive. I do care what happens. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you, but I think this is the time for me to say the views of the people sitting. Jay, talk to me. What you think about the Jim Irsay FBI investigation? You think it goes deep into what we're talking about, deeper than what we're looking at? What's your take, Jay?
Let me first say, you giving that disclaimer came at just the right time.
Great.
Listen, I am old enough to remember a world without crack and the world post-crack. This is the first time I've seen them launch an FBI investigation to find out why a crackhead died. You know what I'm saying? And he literally used to smoke crack. Right? So you saw this dude, like if you saw photos of Jim Irsay from like 15 years ago, he was a way more vibrant person versus what you saw him over the last like 2 or 3 years. I'm like, dude, what the hell happened to this guy? Dude, he was aging like milk. You know what I mean? So clearly this dude's life of addictions caught up to him, and honestly, if he didn't get it from the doctor, he was going to get it from someplace else. He was a billionaire. So you're going to single out a single person when this dude was up out of here anyway, to like lock that person up. He was going to get high no matter what. So to me, it seems like a bunch of like wasted resources, to do something that was going to happen regardless.
I 100% agree with that, man. He did look really, especially the last year,
he was in bad shape, bro.
Really, really bad.
Hey man, you think the Epstein files is deep? Wait till they uncover the dope fiend files.
Yeah, that's gonna be deep.
Yeah, I mean, with all these doctors associated with giving these drugs, man, and these people that got money that can get them no matter what, no matter how many times they deny you, you know what I'm saying, from other main sources, you're gonna get it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
So, dope
100%.
fiend files, where they at?
All right, so Howie, now we got to move on. We got to talk about the next thing. Next thing we want to talk about the Baltimore Ravens officially announced that they hired the Los Angeles Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter as their new head coach. They did that yesterday, and a move that replaces John Harbaugh with a fast rising coach who's strong ties to the Harbaugh family. Minter is receiving a 5-year contract, sources said, especially ESPN's Adam Schefter. Now, here's my situation about bringing this up, and I want to make sure we all are clear on this, Howie Bell. Lamar Jackson is set to make $74.5 million in the next 2 years. You missed the conversation we were having yesterday, Howie, about will this new coach who's coming in, what will he do with the Lamar Jackson situation? And that situation is Lamar Jackson's making $75 million the next 2 years. Will he trade him? Because $75 million is a grip. That's most teams have a budget of $150 million for the entire team. Lamar Jackson is basically half of the team's entire budget. So how you think Baltimore Ravens handle that with this new head coach? And do you like the new head coach hire, Howie Bell?
I'm not too familiar with him, but I am familiar with the Rams, and their defense, which is pretty good. So but with that being said, new coaches can come in and shake things up. Now, will he do it or will he? I don't know. Do you give up one of the best quarterbacks playing right now to try? I don't know, because if he does that, that's gonna kind of blow the team up. You know what I mean? So
the reason why I bring it up, Howie, is because you have to take a long, hard look at the team and where you're at. Lamar Jackson gets a bump in pay increase, and it's again the Baltimore Ravens got worse as the year got on, and he's taking up half of the team's pay. You know what I mean? That's why I brought it up. Now I understand. Yesterday what you missed is I couldn't figure out why there was like 3 or 4 writers pushing for Lamar Jackson to get traded. Now I understand why they're pushing for Lamar Jackson to get traded, because of that pay. That's why I wanted to bring it up again. That's why
So yeah, I hear you. I hear you. So with that being said, what's the trade-off? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if I free up $75 million, now I don't have a quarterback. And now what am I getting out of it? Like, where am I going with? What am I about to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is the trade-off worth it? That's all. That's what that coach has to ask himself. Do I give this quarterback up, and what am I going to get in return for this quarterback that's going to keep my team in contention? That's really the big thing right there. Because if he gives up Lamar Jackson and it becomes a bust, then we got a bigger problem.
Great point. Great point. All right, let me throw this out there to D Jones. D Jones, maybe they throw it out there and say that they want to trade Lamar Jackson because now Baltimore Ravens hired a new head coach. Maybe they want to trade him for Cincinnati Bengals Joe Burrow. You know what I mean? The money ain't exactly the same, but you still get a star, QB, and you might get a first-round draft pick. So that's one I want to throw out to you, D Jones. And 2, do you like the hire the Baltimore Ravens hired with the LA Chargers DC Jesse Minter?
I mean, you don't know with these hires what these coaches gonna do. I'm sure Jay didn't believe in the coach they got now, and look at where they at. Nobody believe in the Seahawks coach. Look where they at now. So you never know. It might work. When it comes to Lamar, and I'm on the record saying if it was me, I would trade him because he making how much money?
74.5.
75 mil a year.
Yeah.
Right. That's probably 50% of the team's salary. And I heard somewhere they said that no quarterback but one has made over 14% of the team's salary and won a Super Bowl, which means they don't have enough money to pay the players they gonna need to win. You still got a block for Lamar. They don't have receivers. They don't have a good defense. Who are you paying? If you paying Lamar this much money, y'all just playing to sell tickets because he's not winning the Super Bowl. And the only player that ever won making that much money was Pat Mahomes. And you see where they looking like now. So
1 year after, 1 year after.
For me, I'm calling the Raiders. I want Max Crosby, 2 or 3 picks, and that includes that number 1 pick.
So how do you solve the QB situation, D?
I'm trading him for the number 1 pick and 2 or 3 more first round picks.
Okay, all right, that's how you solve it. Let me bring up the same situation to you, Jay. The Baltimore Ravens have hired Chargers head coach, defensive coordinator Jesse Minter. Jesse's walking in knowing that his star QB has $74.5 million on the books. A, what do you think about the hire? And B, how do you handle Lamar Jackson situation?
All he making is half because he do 80% of the goddamn work for him.
You got to.
You know what I mean? Shit. I mean, hell, you ask me, he underpaid.
Uh-huh.
Considering what he means to the franchise. So, listen. If they want to unload Lamar, they got to take a bath to unload the salary. Mm-hmm. Because the team ain't gonna take on a salary that you don't want and give you assets in exchange for that. I mean, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Why would I take on the person that you can't afford to pay to win to bring him over here to handicap my team, and now I can't win? Plus, I gave up stuff to get it.
Especially for a Joe Burrow. That's not going.
I ain't doing, man. Hell no, I ain't doing that. I mean, listen, I think Baltimore. First of all, they would be foolish to unload Lamar Jackson. It would go down as the most insane trade since the Red Sox traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees. It'll be that bad. Because he's gonna ball out no matter where he goes, and then, I mean, if you get off of, he could be even more motivated. Mm-hmm. And if he lands somewhere like Miami, and you put him, let's say Tyreek Hill is rehab, D. Jones Huss on this, he got Waddle, he got A-Shan down there, who can run and receive, bro.
Hey Jay, let's not put that in the atmosphere, bro. Leave that alone.
Man, D. Jones, I wasn't even thinking about that, when I thought about Miami, but when you said, oh my God.
No, not over here. We don't want him in this.
Oh my God, bro. Listen. So
send him to the Vikings. Let the Lions deal with it.
I think they have to keep it, man, because at the end of the day, the NFL is entertainment. And I'll tell you what they don't want to see, a whole bunch of purple backs of seats in that stadium because they losing. Yes. And honestly, with this dude that they hired, I hope they had the sign behind him that said grand opening, grand closing. Because if they get rid of Lamar, bro, his job is over in 2 seasons.
But didn't Dallas win 3 Super Bowls off of a huge trade?
Yeah, Herschel Walker.
Exactly. With Herschel Walker, they got 10 players, I think it was. They got a lot of players for him.
It could work.
That led to so many draft picks that they got out of that. But what I'm saying is, what's Baltimore's incentive? What's other teams' incentive to take on a player that they know Baltimore doesn't want to keep?
I'm talking about.
If I know you got to get off of it, man, I'm not giving you anything.
The Raiders ain't smart.
Let's not forget that Dallas trade happened before the salary cap too. That's not happening no more. You can't do that like that.
The Raiders, the
salary cap that ended up happening in '92 changed everything. Huh?
I'm sorry, Frank, but D. Jones, just to talk about that real fast, the Raiders, they got to be smart enough to not give up this number 1 pick, bro. You know what I'm saying? And give up other players for Lamar. They will be fools. You know what I'm saying? That's fool's gold right now. Don't do it.
Talking about the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Lamar is worth it.
We're talking about the Raiders.
The Raiders, yes.
They might
I would not take Lamar Jackson if I was the Raiders.
Right. You would.
Oh, I'm taking Lamar if they give him to me, for something reasonable. Because listen,
they want that number one pick and all that. You can't get it. No.
If the number 1 pick is Mendoza, you think Mendoza better than Lamar Jackson?
What I'm saying is they're going to give up that number 1.
He's never going to be better than Lamar Jackson.
No, but Mendoza, if I get all him and all them picks to help him, he might win.
Oh, hell no.
I'm not saying better.
He average, bro. Man. He's worse than Bo Nix.
And 2 more. We building.
Okay, but so D, what you're saying is you would take Mendoza for a 2-time MVP, NFL MVP. You would take the chance on that? That's what you're saying for the
I'm
record?
taking a chance on 3 or 4 draft picks and Max Crosby.
Okay. All right. I ain't mad at I ain't mad at you. I
I'm
just
not
want to
giving
throw
it
it
up.
out there. I
But the
understand that.
Raiders are stupid. And
I
the
give him the
Jets.
pick, but nothing else.
I will say for the record, if it's me, for the record, I would be forced, and unless Lamar Jackson does something along the lines of restructuring his contract, I would be forced to have to trade him. I can't. That's where I'm at because I'm the team owner. You know, unless he's willing to restructure his contract, I don't see how I get better because you're going down the path of having your team be really bad because you can't pay the rest of your team, and you can't try to put out a team that's going to win with half your salary gone to one player. You can't do. Tom Brady always took pay cuts to make sure that the team was competitive. You know what I mean? And they're
And what
going
they get him?
road. They won 3 Super Bowls when he
Get
did
his
that.
ass shipped off. When it came time, they got rid of his ass too.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
they didn't get rid of him for pay. They got rid of him because of what was going on with other things. It wasn't pay. That wasn't it.
But Frank, you're talking about this from the fan perspective, right?
Right.
Listen, it's a business. What I'm saying is, if I'm running a business, I'm the owner of another NFL team. Even though I would take Lamar,
Oh, you're right.
I'm not going to overcompensate you for Lamar. I'm not even going to fairly compensate you for Lamar because I know you got to get up off of him.
That's
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? It's the same reason why a brand new 1999 Cadillac Coupe de Ville cost $25 from a crackhead. He had to get off of it.
Right, but you got to also remember the same thing too, Jay, and that's how I predicated this whole conversation. Unless Lamar Jackson is willing to restructure his contract, where you push out some of that debt further along, you know what I mean? No matter where he lands, your team is screwed. Whether if he stays in Baltimore, you're screwed. If he goes to any other, if he goes to that, wherever he goes, you're basically giving some team a bad luck charm.
That's what I'm saying.
You cannot win when you're paying your QB $75 million.
I
do
think him and Jefferson and the Vikings with that coach, I think they will win.
They can't even afford it though, D. They can't afford it because the wide receivers are already over there. The wide receivers are already, 2 of them are making almost $40 million right now.
You can't trade one of them.
You have to, or 2 of them. But you're gonna have to. But now the Vikings becomes average. Now the Vikings come all the way down average, and you got Lamar Jackson with no wide receiver.
Not with Jefferson and Lamar. Ain't never had a receiver like Jefferson.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna honestly with the way the math is mathing. I don't even see how you keep both of those wide receivers with Lamar.
Here's what I'm saying. If I know you got to get off of him,
right?
I am not incentivized to make your financial life better.
Well,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? And give you assets in exchange for that. If you want me to make my life worse and make yours better, you're going to have to take some pain with it, baby.
And that's what I'm saying right now. That's the whole point I wanted to bring up to all you guys is this dude is walking in as a Baltimore head coach. He's walking into a really bad situation. And I don't even know how he don't see it. Because if it's me, I'm talking to the Baltimore ownership. I'm saying you all need to restructure Lamar Jackson's contract before I sign on the dotted line of being a head coach. That's how I do it because that's going to end up.
He's lucky to have a job. He ain't got no leverage. You're the head coach or not?
That's true too.
Okay, we make the next phone call.
That's true too. But end of the day, you walking into a pitiful situation. Baltimore is about to be a lot worse, and I don't know if people realize that situation how it's looking right now. You're going down the path of being a mediocre team that's not going to make the playoffs the next 2 or 3 years. That's where you headed down. I just want to throw that out there. Howie Bell, let's keep this ball rolling, bro. You up next, man. Let me put it like this, like I always do, man. We got to talk about Mike McDaniel because at the end of the day, I don't know if you saw this, but Mike McDaniel, let me pull up my notes. Mike McDaniel literally got interviewed and landed the offensive coordinator job in LA. But now he's also interviewing for the Buffalo Bills head coaching job today, like right now. So I'm sitting here saying I ain't never even seen that before in my life. Where you
never heard of that. No.
I never heard of it either. Where you get the job and then you interviewing for a head coaching job 4 or 5 days later after you already are hired as you know what? The only time that happened was what's his name? Offensive coordinator for Josh McDaniel he got offered a job while he got another job and he took the head coaching job at Denver. You know what I mean? And he, matter of fact, that's why the Indianapolis Colts are mad at him, because he got offered a job with Indianapolis Colts, and then he decided to nix the Indianapolis Colts, and he took the Denver job. You know what I mean? Years ago, not about 15 years ago. That's the only time I haven't even heard something similar to that. This situation is the same thing right now with Mike McDaniel being offered a job interview at Buffalo. So I'm sitting there saying now, Mike McDaniel must be the hot dude right now, Howie. What's your take on those situations?
And who did he just get hired by?
The LA, the Chargers.
Chargers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound like he going with whatever's hot. So,
yeah.
He got the offensive coordinator job in one spot, and then interviewing for the head coach job at you know what I mean, for the Buffalo Bills, which is you know what I mean. So
Mike McDaniel want the baddest bitch out there. He don't give a fuck. He'll slap. Fuck. Give me the baddest.
That's Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
Yeah, you ain't mad at him about you, Howie. He got Josh. That'd be Josh Allen with his offensive prowess. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be mad at him, right?
Now, the only person would be mad is Old Man Rivers.
Right.
Oh, God.
Old Man Rivers is like, I want that damn job. So, I mean, you know, that's the only one would be. But Buffalo may be making some sense if they hire Mike McDaniel, though, on that side of the coin.
Hell yeah, if he take the job.
Yeah, if he takes that job, then maybe they don't look as crazy as we think they do. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, by looking at Phillip Rivers. But Mike McDaniel obviously is hot, hotter than I thought he was. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Lions wanted to get him. So, you know what I'm saying? And that didn't happen. The guy they hired, we'll talk about that, I guess, later.
Yeah,
but,
we will.
But that shit. But, you know, hey, man. You know what I'm saying? Mike McDaniel, man, kudos to him, man. And, hey, jump ship. It's a business, right?
Right.
It's a business.
Hey, it's a business. If you hired me, that don't mean this is guaranteed. I can jump. I can jump.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Right. Oh, hey, and if Buffalo gonna say we'll pick up the little tab you just developed over there with the Chargers, we'll do that and bring you over here. Hey, so be it.
All right, okay, that makes sense too. D. Jones, how are you looking at this situation? Because Mike McDaniel just, you know, I think he's gonna jump ship, bro. I think he's gonna get offered the job. We'll see. You know what I mean? Because Phillip Rivers came into the mix a little bit later. Mike McDaniel's hot. You know, Chargers hired. He's hired by the Chargers, and now he got a job interview with basically the Buffalo Bills. What's your take?
He's hot right now. He's Zoolander. He's so hot right now. Phillip Rivers can't get that job in Buffalo because it's cold. He gets snowed in with his wife. He gonna make triplets, bro. There's too much going on. Mike McDaniel, I think he's better suited to be an offensive coordinator because he's not a real leader of men, but he can call some plays. I heard he was going back to Cali because his wife is from there.
Right.
And your wife got a lot to say where you working, where she gonna live at. Buffalo cold. So I don't know. Money do say a lot, but that cold air versus California. And then again, Harbaugh could have said something crazy to him. And Harbaugh is a different type of person. So he could have been like, you know what, bro? I'm going to go see what they talking about. You still got to go see. He ain't did no press conference. And like Jay said, I think the worst person was Belichick because he had a press conference with the Jets.
He had a contract.
Yeah.
He had a press conference.
But D, you got to look at this too. Mike McDaniel will have the opportunity to literally be the head coach of the former NFL MVP. You know what I mean? And you know, as a head coach, you don't get that opportunity too many times.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good. Both jobs seem great. Both jobs seem great to me.
Okay, all right. Jay, how are you looking at this situation, bro? Because Mike McDaniel is upsetting the apple cart right now for the LA Chargers. You know what I mean? With the way he's getting ready to land, if he possibly land, and I think he has a great potential to get this job in Buffalo. I think he has an excellent chance if he decides to take it. What's your take, Jay?
Listen, the fact that he's interviewing means he has the job already.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I mean, this is just a formality. Like the owner absolutely reached out to him and said, listen, we got that bag for you, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All I need you to do, you know, just come in here and say you're interviewing, job is yours, you know, woody-woo, you know, but whatever you want, we gonna do that. And as for, you know what D. Jones said, for the amount of money that he about to make, you know, by canceling, giving up Southern California for cold ass Buffalo. I have my mind work, bro. I thought about Nino Brown when he said, when he poured the champagne, he said, "Cancel that bitch, I'll buy another."
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He about to just go buy him a whole other wife, a whole harem of upstate chubby, know how to cook,
Chili
take care
eating.
of.
Because he can't do it. The money he get ready to get offered, he will be able to do it. Yeah, yeah,
He can import the finest of everything in Buffalo with the bag he about to get.
yeah.
But yeah,
Because I think now it's not being said, but I think the Buffalo Bills have offered and are going to offer more money for the head coaching position because after the debacle that just happened this week, you know what I mean?
they got to.
It
I mean, like what I'm saying is he already has a job technically.
right.
And the thing that I think people forget about, like we all know, because we work in entertainment, we know that until that contract signed, that thing ain't real.
Right.
Right. So because they agreed in principle, and I take the job, if he ain't signed the contract, he ain't took that job yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or if they want him bad enough, whatever his contract stipulates his buyout is or whatever, I'm sure Buffalo's going to pay it. They're going to pay it now and have him come on up and just start right away. But the fact that he's interviewing after having a job tells me that he's going to be the next head coach of Buffalo.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Howie Bell, we got to talk about your favorite team, man. The Detroit Lions have hired former Arizona Cardinals offensive coordinator Drew Petzing. Do you like it, Howie Bell?
I don't like his big ass head. I know that fucking much. He look like a goddamn cartoon character. I don't know if y'all saw him or not. So we gonna get.
What's his name again?
Man, shit, big ass head, motherfucker. I don't know.
Mega Mind.
Mega Mind.
Marvin the Martian.
I just hate the fact that they're gonna show him on camera all season.
Now, let me say this to you, bro. Out of all the offensive coordinators and out of all the potential coordinators out there, man, why would they pick the Arizona Cardinals offensive coordinator? I maybe he interviewed well. I didn't like this hire. Personally, I ain't like this hire at all for Detroit.
It came from left field. I don't know what it was like. I saw part of the interview with Amon-Ra St. Brown on social media, and he was kind of criticizing the fans for not giving them a chance and not understanding football and these type of things. So, he was giving them more credit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It was a weird ass hire. Only thing I say about it is we'll see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just don't know. I just
Howie Bell, I'm gonna throw this out there, bro. If I'm Detroit ownership, I should have hired Eric Bieniemy before he went back to Kansas City. If I'm Detroit ownership, I should have reached out to anybody on the staff at the Rams who's in the offense. You know what I mean? Anybody who's on the staff, especially the staff of Seattle or the Cats, my man's Cats. Anybody who's done really well. My point is that Arizona is in the top 5 of the worst teams and definitely in the top 5 of the worst offenses in the NFL. But you hire somebody to be from Arizona, you hire them to be your offensive coordinator. I understand what Amon St. Brown is talking about, but I don't get it because this sounds like to me, Howie, remember last year for the New England Patriots, when Jared Mayo comes in and he gets everybody who has no coaching experience, and the Patriots end up being 4-13. Remember that? Not too long ago. This is going down that path of getting it to be worse. Just the way I look at it, Howie. What's your take?
Well, I'd say this. I'd say Dan Campbell will be calling the plays by mid-season before that shit happens. I'll tell you that much.
Going on 4th down. He's just going to cut the punter. He's going to season with no punter.
I tell you, I promise you, Dan Campbell ain't going to let that shit happen. Fuck that. He'll be calling the plays. He'll run and snatch the playbook out that big-ass head.
His big chin ass.
Man. Take his headset and everything. All that shit. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. So
kick him out the building with the cameras rolling, huh?
Like I'm trying to tell you, man. Dan Gamble, he gonna gamble on himself before he take a gamble on anybody else.
Give me this thing. Get your ass out the building now. I can see. The funny thing is, I can see Dan Campbell doing that too. He'd be
he'll do that.
live on TV right there at the game. They get blown out by the Jets. Give me this. Get your ass out the building right now.
Start calling the plays with 2 minutes left.
Yes. Why are the Jets beating us? Get your ass out the building now. You remember how the wide receiver, what's his name, who took his stuff off and walked out the
AB, Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown, yeah.
Give me this, take your stuff off, walk out the building. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out. I can see that happening right now. D. Jones, man, talk to me, man. How you looking at this Detroit Lions hire, man, of the Arizona Cardinals? And maybe we don't see it, man. You want to get this dude a chance?
Because, like, Howie, did you know who Ben Johnson was before he was the OC?
That's true. No, I didn't.
No, so you don't know. He could be good. We
could
don't
be.
know. Now,
great.
If you right by week 4, if Dan Campbell snatched that playbook, that's gonna look good on Dan Campbell, not his job in jeopardy. So he better hope he made a good hire, him and the GM, because if this don't work, man, it's gonna look bad on them. I wouldn't have let McDaniel out the door when he's the first interview.
Yeah.
I'd have offered him anything he wanted, and and the Lions got a great squad. Like,
they loaded, bro.
They got the best running back, top 5 tight end, top 5 receiver, and Jared Goff don't turn the ball over. They just need
probably best O-line.
They need to improve the line. I think that's the only reason why it didn't work.
The offensive line was beat up.
Yeah, they got to improve.
We might not have known who Ben Johnson was, but I'm sure he didn't come from a losing program.
No, I think he was already on the Lions program.
Okay,
so he kind of did.
Yeah, he came from he did work. He was already with the Lions when they brought him.
He worked his way up.
He helped turn the culture around with Dan Campbell. So you don't know. This could be you just don't know what's gonna happen. I think my man, the Cardinals didn't have nobody but one person. That's McBride, and McBride one of the top tight ends. So
yeah,
we can see if he
and Kyler Murray.
Yeah, if he good with all these weapons, they could be right back on top of the division. You never know.
They could be.
Well, he got that big ass head. I hope he's smart.
He gotta be smart.
I just don't like I just don't like a situation where you hire somebody from a losing program. If it's me, I'm hiring somebody from one of these teams that are winning like everybody else does. Because look at the Ben Johnson situation all over again. You know what I mean? Like, or the Seattle situation. That's how I do it. But again, do you like this, Jay? Do you like the situation with Detroit hiring former OC Drew Petzing? You like his situation?
Hey, I'm a Jaguar fan, so I'm okay with all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because nobody left from the Jaguars. Yeah,
I ain't got no dog. I ain't got no dog in that fight. Hell yeah, I love it. Shit. Hey, and D Jones, for the record, it wasn't that I didn't expect anything, from Cohen, or I didn't like the Cohen hire. It was when he said Duval.
That was embarrassing.
Bro, listen, I knew he was going 0-17 after he did that, bro. You know what I mean? But listen, it worked out. So I'm okay with it. But this dude here, man, listen, Kyler Murray was his quarterback. Like, his scheme could have been incredible, but Kyler, it's a dude, man, that they routinely talk about. He don't study film. He ain't taking the game as seriously as he should. So maybe they underachieved in his scheme, like I don't know X's and O's like that. Maybe they said, man, this dude is actually a genius, and this scheme would be crazy over here, with the players we got, and Jared Goff operating. Now, having said that, I pulled his picture up. He do look like a dude, man, who eat his oatmeal with no butter or sugar. You know what I mean? He might be a psychopath, bro. I mean, like, he looks weird, Howie, straight up.
Yeah. He
ain't got no eyebrows, no facial hair. Bro, what is going on with this dude, bro?
Maybe that means he'll be a genius.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm telling you. He might be what you need, Howie.
They coach went to the first conference talking about eating kneecaps. He might fit right in.
He might really eat kneecaps.
He might. Listen, he look like he for real. He look like he's psychopathic, man.
Let me get some of that hot honey in them kneecaps.
Yeah, it might be that situation. What we talk about, it might be that. Let's move on. Let me move on to the next topic. Howie, got to do this, man. Trevon Diggs. I don't know if y'all heard about this. Trevon Diggs got released by the Green Bay Packers 2 weeks after the Dallas Cowboys picked him up. Dallas Cowboys released him after he got, released by Dallas Cowboys. Green Bay Packers pick him up. After that happens, then now what we looking at? Now he's sitting there and not on any team. Now we all know he got injured. I think he had a torn ACL. You know what I mean? I think he had that situation going on. But my fear is when you're released by two teams in 2 weeks, it sounds like a career ender. That's my thought process.
Yeah.
It sounds like a career ender. Especially when you get, Green Bay's looking at you saying, you know what, we let's pick him up, and we ain't gonna be able to fix him for this season right now, but we, obviously, revamp him up for the beginning of the next season. They were like, nope. After he was there for 2 weeks, they're like, he ain't even worth it. What's your take on this, Howie Bell?
Well, you just said it. He done. He hit, man. Sometimes, man, they take that for you to go around a couple different, training, you know what I'm saying, a couple different trainers, and they like, nah, you know what I'm saying, 2 in a row in 2 weeks, I don't think another team is going to take a chance. You know what I'm saying? To just bring him in there and let's see. Well, let's see. He's hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? He got one of them injuries that he's not going to be able to bounce back from. That's just not worth it. And how old is Trayvon now?
He's only 27.
Yeah, he's only 27, yeah.
He still can bounce back, but it depends on what kind of training. He's 27. I think he's young enough. You know what I'm saying? But 2 teams in 2 weeks, that's a little suspect. You know what I'm saying? As to why they're doing that.
I'm scared for him for his whole career, to be honest with you. That's why I'm looking at him. I'm scared for his whole career because at the end of the day, he's 27. He was one of the best corners in the league, bro. He was one of the best. But D Jones, when you get cut by 2 teams in 2 weeks, the Cowboys release you and then the Green Bay Packers release you 2 weeks after that. I don't even think it was 2 weeks, to be honest with you. What's that say to you, D Jones?
He can come back and play safety. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be a corner no more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember when Barry Sanders embarrassed Rod Woodson, he couldn't play corner no more. He had to go play safety. And we talking about Trayvon Diggs, right?
Yeah. Trayvon. Yeah.
Not Stephon.
Yeah.
Then I really don't care. Okay.
He got a whole set of different issues.
I really don't care. Trayvon's whatever. Stephon is he can date my sister, man.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah, don't wish that.
You don't want to bring no tussy in your sister's life, bro.
Yeah, don't say that.
Hey, he can.
All right.
You say he can.
Hold on, DJ. Do you even have a sister?
Yeah, she told me she was funnier than me one time. So I put her on stage and she bombed. She was like, I'll never do that again.
Hilarious. Jay, Trayvon Diggs released by 2 teams in a week and a half, 2 weeks, everything else. What's that look like to you? What's that forecast look like to you?
I'll read you one paragraph. It'll tell you everything you need to know. The Packers were liable for the remainder of Diggs' contract for the 2025 season after claiming off waivers. Now, by releasing him, he has no guaranteed money remaining on the 5-year, $97 million extension he signed with Dallas in 2023. And Green Bay freed up roughly $15 million Diggs would have counted for against the cap in 2026.
Money. So it was
they
money.
Freed up that cheese. Go rehab. Hey, you know what? Holler at us, like July or whatever, man. We can renegotiate that bread that, but we ain't giving you 15. Maybe we got 9 for you.
We ain't giving you
15
guaranteed. That's what we're not doing. Guaranteed.
There's no guarantees left on the contract.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it from that aspect though, but that's a money thing. But it's a business.
It's always
you
a
keep
money
saying
thing.
that, keep saying the same thing. But I tell you that much, that makes more sense than him just being like, oh well, he's bummed out. So I retract that. Now that you said that, maybe it's not just an injury. Maybe he's not just hurt like for the rest of his career or career-ending injury. Maybe it's just that. We're gonna free up this money, go get your shit together, and you can come back. We renegotiate. Any team though.
They want to shed that contract.
Yeah, free up that money.
All right, Howie Bell, we got to talk about the next thing, man. I don't know if you all heard this, bro, but here it is. Jonathan Kuminga, Golden State Warriors forward, has twisted his left ankle and hyperextended his left knee during a second quarter drive Thursday night at 123-115 loss to the Dallas Mavericks. The team ruled out Kuminga, who returned to the Warriors rotation just past Tuesday because of knee soreness. Now, we all know dude was on the trading block right now. Supposed to be trading deadline is a week and 6 days away. this Howie, this don't look good for him, bro. I'm just looking at it. It just don't look good for him for trying to be traded because now his value has gone down the toilet. Howie Bell, what's your take on Jonathan Kuminga getting injured 2 weeks before the trade deadline?
Hey, well, maybe he can still go to the Wizards.
Oh,
I don't
What
know.
we doing the Wizards yesterday for everything?
The Wizards for everything. They get all that. But you know what? I don't know, man. That's tough on them. That's tough on them, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his value's going down. Can he still get traded? He can.
Yeah, he can still get traded. Yeah. But his value, he won't. He's not walking out the door. You know that it's not going to be an equal type of transaction now because now his value dropped precipitously, as they say.
Yeah.
That's
Is that the same kind of thing that happened with Anthony Davis?
Yes.
Same situation, right?
Yes. Anthony Davis was supposed to be traded 4 or 5 days ago, but since he got hurt with his hand, other teams are reevaluating and they want to see his bone structure and everything else. So
we already know what his bone structure is. Glass.
It says glass on the inside. It says glass.
It says fragile all down all this.
We already know that part.
But my point is, these guys going through this. That's funny. These teams can now kind of come up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I guess with a couple bags of chips and some bubble gum. And they grab these guys and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Take a chance. Why not?
Okay. All right.
They're gonna be cheap.
So let me throw this out there to you, D. Jones. Does Jonathan Kuminga now go to Detroit? Because guess who was one of the people in the mix to get him? It was Detroit.
Definitely. Have y'all ever had Red Lobster biscuits?
Hell yeah.
I give you a basket full for Kuminga and Anthony Davis. Here go 2 baskets full of Red Lobster.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is right now you don't think the Detroit Pistons should make a trade for him?
I'm not trading nobody. I'll trade a second pick.
Yeah, get him for cheap.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's his take on that. Jay, Jonathan Kuminga, hurts his ankle, hyperextends his knee. His situation now has dropped again precipitously. What's your take on this, man?
I love it, man. I really do. Because Golden State been playing with this man money for about 3 years now. They're not playing him. And now that they need him, all of a sudden, he's like, he's valuable to him now because Jimmy Butler's out for the year.
Yeah.
They put him in the game. He went out there and dropped 20 and showed him that, hey, I can do this. So now his value's up, right? So if I'm him, even if I'm not hurt, I'm hurt. Mm-hmm. Because his value has no value to him. His value being up matters to Golden State. So I'm not going to get my value up for you to get something great in exchange for me. I want to wreck your shit too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't want you to get nothing good out of this because he was signed a 2-year deal. And one of those years is this year.
Yeah.
So all I got to do is come back next year. And, so if you don't trade me, I can run the clock out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'll do whatever you want me to do next year. I mean, dude's only like 24, 25 years old right now. Mm-hmm. So I'll run the clock out. I'm an unrestricted free agent. I go get my money elsewhere. To hell with all of y'all. I would not want them to get nothing good back from me.
That's why I think he's going to get traded because of everything you just said. They looking at the clock. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking, and they're gonna want to get something from him because they know he's not coming back. He is literally a disgruntled employee. That's
what he should be.
Yeah, but he is. He definitely is. He's a disgruntled employee. So Howie Bell, that brings me up to another situation right now where I wanted to say which team needs to make a trade right now that you think to make a run to the finals, because right now there's several teams. You got San Antonio, you got Houston, you got OKC, you got Detroit, you got Boston, and maybe you got the Lakers, but you got teams out there right now, especially the Eastern Conference is all separated by 1 game and 1.5 games. Detroit has the biggest, like a big gap with like 3 or 4 games. I'm sure D Jones can talk about the gap more, but there are several teams. Okay, 5. There are several teams out there that could make a trade right now, an impactful trade to make a serious run at the finals. Of the teams I've mentioned, or if it's a team you picked, which team should make a trade to make a run for the finals? Howie?
That's tough, man. because there's so many. But honestly, Boston might need to do something. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, it's not my favorite team in the world, but Boston could probably make some moves and to try to give them a push. Because they still, what I'm saying, got the culture. You know what I'm saying? And they still got, that same drive and that same energy. So maybe if they made a couple moves, it might do them some good.
Okay, so you think it's Boston? Okay, Boston is definitely a player or two away, if not two players. D.
Yeah.
Jones, a question for you: which team should make a trade before February 5th to make a run to get to the finals?
Well, to answer your first, well, you didn't ask a question, but OKC has a 6-game lead over San Antonio. I didn't know San Antonio was number 2. And the Pistons also have a 6-game lead over the
Boston Celtics.
That team. Somebody is going to get Giannis, and whoever gets him is going to be considered.
That's where I was going with this, D. Thank you for that. That's where I was going with this.
Yeah, whoever gets Giannis, they're gonna be considered. I don't care if it's the Hawks, and they got some cats.
They got some pieces. Yeah,
but you're not saying the team that I'm hoping to lead you to. I'm trying to give you an alley oop. You're not saying the team I'm trying to give you an alley oop to.
Yeah.
I still got to go
see him with the Pistons. I just don't see the fit with him and Jalen Duren both in the post. They can't shoot, so I don't see it. I don't think the Celtics can afford it.
They cannot. They cannot.
And the Knicks, yeah, but I would like to see him play for the Pistons just because we would win a championship with Giannis.
Yeah, but you got to figure out what you're going to give away because you don't have a lot.
That's the whole thing. What are we going to give up?
We got to give away a lot.
Yeah, let me see.
And we got good chemistry.
Now, I'm going to throw an alley oop, y'all. I'm going to throw an alley oop. Here's the alley oop. Which team should make a trade to make a run for the finals? He already got the first half. Jay got the pass because D gave him the pass. D gave you the pass, Jay.
I'm not about to say the Heat.
It ain't the Heat. It ain't the Heat.
There's only one team.
Only one team.
There's only one team that needs to make a serious trade. That's the New York Knicks. They are struggling right now, bro. And honestly, it ain't Giannis that I think they need. Like, I think the Knicks, given, like what's happened this past week, I think the Knicks need to make a push to try to get LeBron from the Lakers to the Knicks. Because what's happening right now is leadership stuff, right? He's already played for Mike Brown. He knows Mike Brown system. He knows what he wants to do. It's a big marketplace. And, like Jeannie Buss talking shit in the streets about him. You know what I mean? Laker fans ain't really loving him like that or whatever. And this dude's still a 20-something point scorer. So whatever the Knicks got to give up outside of Brunson, and they got to keep Cat too. And, to bring him in, to finish out, like his last 2 years or whatever, they need to do that, man, because I think he can make them an NBA Finals championship team in the East.
Okay, so I threw D threw the pass. You caught it. You dunked it. I give you that. You dunked it, and that's a great answer. But that wasn't the team I was thinking that y'all was going to go with this. The team I was thinking is the team that has 5 number 1 draft picks over
OKC.
OKC has 5 number 1 draft picks over the next 2 seasons. I'll say it again.
We talked about that.
Yeah. But trade for who?
Giannis.
For Giannis?
But they're in first place, man, and you can't mess with that chemistry like that.
Listen, I'm not saying they could.
They don't need Giannis to win.
What I'm saying is, hear me out, y'all. What I'm saying is, over the last 15, 20 games, OKC has not been playing up to par, right? Right? They don't have to give away one player. All they have to do is say, we will give you 3 number 1 draft picks for Giannis, and he could come in right now and help us with the stopgap when we seem like we getting ready to lose. Now you got Giannis with SGA and the entire team, and they ain't lost nobody.
SGA going to get that ball up.
But you know what, Frank? The more I think about what you just said, I'm thinking about how OKC is built.
Right.
Chet plays on the perimeter a lot anyway. He like 7'1", but he ain't really a post player.
Right. He's not strong down low, though. He ain't strong down low.
Shea plays on the perimeter.
Yeah.
What's the other kid, man?
Almost all of them do. Almost all of them.
Only Hartenstein really plays in the paint. So you know what? OKC would make sense for him, man, because what Giannis needs to do is be in the paint, and that will be available to him, playing for OKC.
And he's not much stress on him as he's getting older to go to OKC because you have other people picking up the weight of the scoring on. It's not all on him. It's an easy lift. It's an easy lift, and he gets to win an NBA championship.
And he plays defense.
Yeah,
Frank, real quick, Frank.
Yes, sir.
The Celtics and the Pistons have a great chance to get out the East, right? Yeah. Do you want to get to the finals and see?
No, I'm not
for OKC.
No. D, it's not what I want. I'm just throwing out there what I
cheating. I don't want to see it, bro. I would veto it like they did CP3. That's cheating.
Yeah, but guess what? I'm not saying I want to see it because I don't want to see it. But what I will tell you is the clock is ticking on Giannis in Milwaukee. He is not going to be on Milwaukee's roster by February 5th. That's a fact.
It's over with. Yeah,
that's a fact. But where can he go that makes sense where they'll pick him up where he can win an NBA championship because he has no trade clause. They're going to go to him and say, yo, where do you want to go? And then they're going to sit there. Where could he go that would make sense for the team to receive and give? And Milwaukee is going in the opposite direction. They would love to have 3 first-round draft picks right now. You know what I mean? Then they come back.
Would you take Embiid and Paul George?
No. I would take.
Okay, you know what, Frank?
Win too.
You know what, Frank? I heard this the other day, and I just checked it, right? They said there's only 2 players in the NBA who have a no trade clause.
Right.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
LeBron Ramon James.
Oh, so Giannis
Giannis does not have a no trade clause. I just looked it up. It says he does not have a no trade clause in his contract.
So that even makes it worse because then they can drop him wherever they want to drop him. But they're going to drop him.
Got another team.
Who's the other team?
The Spurs.
I don't think the Spurs need to make a trade, bro. I don't think they need to make a trade.
Listen. Giannis with Wemby, that's the championship.
Yeah, but what's the draft capital they have to give up to go out there?
They got some good young players.
Yeah, but
they do got good young players, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough for Giannis though.
Yeah, exactly. But what is enough is draft picks and this next upcoming draft.
Do you think those 3 picks are enough though, Frank?
I think it's enough to start going in the right direction. Look what OKC did 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
But again, with the NBA, the problem with trades is the money got to match.
Right.
So you just can't give up picks.
Right. But you know what? They could give up some picks. They could say, okay, we'll give you some of this money off the top, some back
and
end.
no players.
You'll probably need another team to get involved. To make the money work.
Yeah, that's how they would do it. It would definitely be a 3 or 4-way team trade. That's exactly what they would do.
Detroit got Greektown, and we make a lot of Peters.
But Milwaukee will end up getting those 3 picks. You crazy. All right, looking at the time, we got to get ready to roll out here, man. What y'all doing this weekend, Howie? What you got going on this weekend, bro?
Man, I'm here in New York City, man. Actually, I'm in Brooklyn right now. What up, dog? My Brooklyn people, all my New York folks. What it do?
You have a show in this cold?
We had a great show, 2 shows last night. Me and my guy Buddy Love, my guy Sean Larkins, and the great Tony Woods, man, down in my spot, the Howie Bell and Friends spot. 144 Bleecker Street, baby. Don't miss next month. So that was great. And then I'm at Comedy in Harlem. I'm gonna go hang out tonight. We're gonna celebrate my man Buddy Love's birthday tonight, but I'm gonna go. I got a spot there tomorrow night at Comedy in Harlem. So, and then I'm gonna be stuck here for the snow.
Howie, you better be careful out there, bro. It's gonna be brutal out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal,
man. Yeah. You got D Jones. What you getting into this weekend, bro?
I'm hosting a game night tomorrow. Just regular games, spades, Uno, pool. And I ain't never lost at anything, so I'm challenging everybody in the city to come out and try to beat me.
Dominoes, chess,
everything.
But you're gonna be in the house though.
Checkers.
You're gonna be in the crib. You're gonna be in the crib though, right?
No. Well, I got a social club in Detroit. It's 2 floors. It's really dope.
Man, okay.
Y'all ain't playing tic-tac-toe?
No. I did work bingo last month.
All right. Jay, what about you, man? What you getting into this weekend?
Hey, man, I'm supposed to get with Howie, man, but his temperature keeps dropping. I ain't gonna see his ass nowhere but on camera. Man, it's cold in the mug, bro.
Yeah.
New York City's crazy right now.
In Boston right now, it's 25 degrees and it feels like it's 15. So
yeah, man. I mean,
right
I mean, the wind is howling. You can hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right here myself, getting some food tomorrow myself, and I will be watching these games.
Yeah.
Go
on Sunday.
back.
We didn't even do our predictions for the championship weekend.
Give
Yeah, that's right.
Give me a prediction.
I'm gonna say the Patriots are gonna go to the Super Bowl, and the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. What about you, D?
It's gonna be the Rams versus Drake May.
Okay, and Jay.
I was thinking Seattle, but Rams came up, so I'm gonna ride with the intuition. I'm gonna say Rams versus Broncos.
You a hater, bro. You a hater. Goodbye.
Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for watching. David's show is called Boxies. Monday, we coming back. We're going to do a recap of all the games we talked about this weekend, and of course, all the news that's rolling around, who's getting hired, head coach, and all that stuff. Y'all be safe out there this weekend. It's going to be brutal. Be safe out there.
Crazy.
Brutal. And the snow is coming down. In Boston, it's supposed to be 18 to 24 inches. It's supposed to be something like 18 to 20 inches in New York. I don't know how much it's going to be in Detroit, but y'all be out there. Be safe, man. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.
Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey? We about it,
Oh, y'all be safe this